Students, hope you are great. Today we're going to continue chapter 9, chemical reactions. Today we're going to take section 2, chemical formula and equation. Chemical formula. What's meant by chemical formula? First, we should know the meaning of chemical formula. What's meant by chemical formula? Chemical formula is a shortened way using chemical symbols and numbers to represent a substance. For example, if I write carbon dioxide like this, so I use chemical symbols and number like 2. So this is called a chemical formula. Chemical formula show how many atoms of each kind of element are present in a molecule. When I write substance like this, carbon dioxide, CO2, I know we have 1 carbon and 2 oxygen. So we use a chemical formula to show how many atoms are there in a molecule. For example, chemical formula for water is H2O. This formula tells you that 1 water molecule is made of 2 hydrogen and also 1 oxygen. The small 2 here is called subscript. So the small number like 2 here and 6 here and 12 here and 6 here is called a subscript. So the subscript is a number written below and to the right of the chemical symbol in a formula. Sometimes a symbol such as oxygen for oxygen, O for oxygen, is the formula for water has no subscript. In the formula for water it has no subscript. If there is no subscript, only 1 atom of that element is present. Look here, there is no number after O for oxygen in water. So this means we have only 1 atom of oxygen. Here water molecules, for example, here water molecules are made up of 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen. Here 2 oxygen. Look here, 6 carbon, 12 hydrogen and 6 oxygen. Writing formula for covalent bond, a covalent compound. Covalent compound made up of 2 nonmetals. Simple covalent compounds are usually composed of 2 nonmetals. If 2 nonmetals form a compound with or bonded with each other, this compound called covalent compound. The name of many covalent compounds use prefixes such as each prefix represents a number. The prefix tell you how many atoms of each element are in a formula. So we use a prefix to know how many atoms of each element in a formula. For example, if I write carbon, right, so we use a prefix to write chemical formula. Carbon dioxide, di, which is mean 2, so di 2. So carbon dioxide, I know we have here 2 oxygen. We know it by prefix di. So carbon dioxide, write it like this. Carbon dioxide, 2 oxygen. So prefix used in a chemical name. Mono 1, di 2, tri 3, tetra 4, penta 5, hexa 6, hepta 7, octa 8, nona 9, deca 10. This is a Latin name or Latin numbers. Mono 1, di 2, tri 3, tetra 4, penta 5, hexa 6, hepta 7, octa 8, nona 9, deca 10. Look, for example, here carbon dioxide, we have here di, this is a Latin number, di, which is mean 2. So carbon dioxide. Dinitrogen monoxide, which is mean 2 nitrogen, and monoxide 1 oxygen, N2O. how to write a formula for ionic compound? Ionic, what is the difference between covalent and ionic? Ionic compound, it's a compound that made up of or composed of metal and non-metal, while covalent compound made up of two or composed of two non-metals. If a name of compound contains the name of metals and non-metals, the compound is ionic. To write chemical formula for ionic compound, make sure that atom charge is 0. Overall charge is 0 of the compound. In other words, the formula must have subscript that cause the charge of ion to cancel out. For example, sodium chloride. Sodium, the ion charge of sodium is 1. As the sodium in group 1 in group 1 in the periodic table, so the sodium has one electron in the outermost energy level, so sodium will lose electron, become positive 1. While chloride is in halogen group in group 17, has 7 electron in the outermost energy level, so chloride gain 1 electron. When chloride gain 1 electron, become negative 1. So overall charge of the molecules will be 0. Positive 1 cancelled out negative 1. So overall charge become 0. Magnesium chloride, another example. Magnesium in group 2 in the periodic table. So magnesium has 2 electrons in the outermost energy level, will lose these 2 electrons. When magnesium lose these 2 electrons, become positive 2. While chloride chloride in the halogen group or group 17 has 7 electrons in the outermost energy level, will gain 1 electron to be 8 and become stable. So when chloride gain 1 electron, become negative 1. So I need to make this equation or this compound, overall charge of this compound 0. So this is positive 2, magnesium positive 2, and chlorine one chlorine negative 1. So we need chlorine to be negative 2. So we need 2 chlorine to be negative 2. We need 2 chlorine to be, or chloride to be negative 2, to cancel each other and become overall charge 0. So magnesium chloride written as this. We need 2 chloride react with 1 magnesium. A magnesium ion has 2 positive charge, while chloride has 1 negative charge. 1 magnesium ion and 2 chloride ion have an overall charge 0, positive 1, and 1 of chloride negative 1 times 2, as we need 2 chloride to react with magnesium, so the overall charge becomes 0. Chemical equation. Describing reaction by using equation. We use equation to describe the reaction. Chemists around the world use a chemical symbol and chemical formula. Chemists use chemical equation to describe reaction. Chemical equation use chemical symbol and formula as a short way to describe chemical reaction. Anyone around the world who understands chemical formula can understand chemical equation. From reactant to products. When carbon burns or reacts with oxygen, form carbon dioxide. This called chemical equation. But carbon, or the starting substance, carbon and oxygen, called what? Called reactant. While the result, carbon dioxide, called product. So the starting substance or starting material in a chemical reaction or reactants. The substance formed from a reaction or the result or product. In this example, carbon and oxygen are reactant. Carbon dioxide is the product. For example, charcoal is used to cook food on a barbecue grill. When carbon in charcoal react with oxygen in the air, the primary product is carbon dioxide as a chemical equation shown. Here the formula of reactant are written before the arrow, while the product written after the arrow. That's it. Thanks